Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Likes. I'm Winter.
And I'm Shy.
And today we are talking about a bunch of stuff, per usual.
Per usual. I feel like we got to catch them up because there's another episode dropping before this one, but this is the real time one. Because we've done a lot. I'm dressed because I'm going to a birthday party.
She's going to figure out where to sell some coochie.
That's why I'm like, we got two different vibes going on right now.
Yeah,
but
100%.
I'm like going somewhere else
and
after
I
this.
got to go home and do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
you got to pack, do a bunch of stuff. So we're on 10 right now.
We're on two different pages, but we're on the same page at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. We got back from the Bay this week.
Yeah, it was actually this weekend.
And we already told y'all we were going to the Bay. We already pretended like we went to the Bay the last episode, but we didn't have anything to really talk about because we hadn't gone yet. So, you know, when we film in advance, it kind of throws things off.
She doesn't like filming in advance. I do because it gives you like a more time to like do certain things, but I do get it for current events.
Yeah. And our current life too. We can't really, I don't know. We're getting the hang of trying to film episodes in advance, but we can't really talk about what's going on in our life when we do film ahead because we're like, I don't know what's going on next week. Like, I have no idea.
And we don't want to be like repetitive with the same shit, but it's just like we do have like, we gotta talk about, I don't know. It's just, we're figuring it out and I'm so happy that it's going smoothly right now. I feel like we right now, like, we gotta do a lot.
I know. We've been busy. We been getting it in, y'all. We're really getting on top of doing merch for y'all. So I had asked on Instagram, I was like, what merch do y'all want? And a lot of people were saying sweatsuits because it's about to be winter. It's a smart idea, So, so tell us in the comments what you guys think. Sorry.
She don't say it, but I think we should do like cute little hats. I think hats would be in like speak on it. And I think we should do like these little like the tumbler as well. I know a lot of people, I don't know if anybody even said that, but I think with BTL, y'all hate on our logo, but we love it.
Yeah, we love our logo. We do love our logo.
Looks so pretty. But
yeah, she has on makeup this week.
I actually don't have on no makeup yet. I was hella
really?
Yeah, I was like, I put on like a little,
look at the skin, it's popping.
Wow.
But yeah, so we're trying to get merch going for you guys so that y'all could give us your money. And then you can have a little piece of us in your house with you, which is cool. And then you guys could get cozy in your sweatsuits with your tumbler and your hat while you watch your episode.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
Oh, it would be cute if we came out with blankets with our faces on them. Ideas always. The wheels are always turning.
When Winter has an idea, she does like this. Idea.
I have something.
And then when we have an idea together, we'd be like, all right. I think that is hella cute. I love that. I love like when people post and I feel like they're a part of it. Like with us, I'm like, oh, I love y'all.
Yeah, I love seeing like
I love that.
Y'all watch it on your TV, what you drinking.
Yeah, I
with
love
your
a good
friend.
little drink with us.
Yeah, we love that.
But no, we went to the Bay. I personally.
Yeah, how did you feel about it? Because I mean, I'm from there, so it's her first time there. So
she didn't want to take me to the ghetto, but we ended up going a little bit.
We didn't really, I didn't take her to the ghetto because the ghetto's really bad in the Bay right now. Like to the point where it's like, it probably wouldn't even be smart to take you over here.
And you know what's funny? Like I was reminiscing before.
Why are we so burpy?
We got some burps.
Yeah.
But I was reminiscing before, like the day before, like, you know, like just on my Instagram and I was like, you know, talking to like my followers and stuff. But I was like, I think Baton Rouge has jaded me so much because I'm like, there's not really a hood I'm scared of. There's not really a ghetto that I don't feel like I can't go to.
And I'd be scared of
and you know what's crazy? You never really know. So I get it and I understand. So I was doing my little research and I was like, oh, they ghetto.
Yeah, it's gotten really bad. Like with the bipping, you guys are going to see on the Patreon. We riding past all the cars with the windows busted out.
And bipping means, because a lot of people probably won't know this, bipping means they break into your car,
but they break into every car.
Every car,
on the street.
You could have a 1901 Toyota if that's even made, and they still breaking into it.
Yeah, they're very serious about that, and then it's just been like
such bummy activity.
A lot of people getting killed in Oakland right now, and honestly, like I talked to my mom and like my aunts about it, and they were like, yeah, because my mom is born and raised in Berkeley, so they've been there their whole life, so 50 years. And she's like, some years it gets really, really bad and some years it's really good. And honestly, when I was growing up, I feel like it was kind of bad, but it wasn't like how it is now.
Yeah.
Like I felt like because I knew where I was and where I was from and because I was smart, like street smart and had common sense, I was able to like be safe. But now I just feel like even if you do have this common sense, it's just like it's too much going on right now.
You know why I felt like when I first moved to LA? it's really some ghettos you can, like, if I've gotten stopped in the hood, luckily I was messing with the main one, but
she was messing with the gang leader, y'all.
But like, it looks torn down, raggedy, rugged, ghetto as hell. In the Bay, even in New York, I'm like, oh, these are just apartments. But in the Bay, it's beautiful. When I first came to like the ghetto, I had like a photo shoot in like a ghetto. It was like a music video photo shoot in the ghetto when I first moved to Los Angeles. And I was like, these niggas got palm trees. They got 2 stories. They got fences over there. I'm like, this doesn't give.
There's some raggedy stuff. There's some raggedy stuff in Oakland.
But the more that I've seen it, I'm like, okay.
But it's pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty. And I'm like, mountain, I love mountains. But I do see the difference now that I've been out here long enough. I'm like, okay, I know this is their ghetto, and this shit really does go down.
Yeah.
So I get it now. But when I was like first coming here, I was just like, I don't know. It's just,
It's so pretty outside.
It's so pretty. How can it be ghetto? They'd be like, what's up, cuz? I'm like, y'all are head.
Yeah.
But no, about the Bay though, I loved going out to your hometown, seeing where like you halfway grew up in when this house that you got when you were in like 9th grade?
Yeah, so me and my mom always lived in apartments like pretty much my whole life. We always had a 1-bedroom apartment. My mom would have her room in the living room and put me in the bedroom. And then eventually my mom saved up, bought a house during my mom said during the recession or whatever. Got her a little deal, got her a little house. And I think we moved into a house for the first time when I was in like 9th grade. And yeah, my mom has been there ever since, pretty much.
I love Miss Melissa. She is such a
That was her first time meeting her.
Yeah, it was my first time meeting her. And I mean, of course, I've talked to her on the phone over the years, but it's just like my first time meeting her. She's just such a mom. Like she's like every mom, like, and like her hugs are just inviting. And Winter kept giving me these like little like, I don't know if it was embarrassed. I don't know what it was, but like, she kept giving me these forewarnings of like, well, are you sure you want to stay here? It's real hippy dippy, or it's this and that, or it's
my
just
mom's
like,
house is real hippy dippy though.
But it's like
she has a giant. When you
she
walk
has a
into my
giant
mom's
tie-dye
house,
thing. I didn't notice it.
There's a giant tie-dye peace sign when you walk into my mother's house.
But imagine me being that friend, being that type of person in general, being like, I don't want to stay at this hippy dippy raggedy ass house. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't think that. You just
were like giving me a little warning.
Yeah, just warning you. I don't know where you think I come from.
My grandmother lived in Glen Oaks. My family lived in Jeanerette. Like these are some real country shit. And Glen Oaks is ghetto. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, well,
I mean, I love my mom's house though.
You know what
don't
I'm saying?
Get me wrong.
So it's like, but I was like, I love it. It made me feel, I don't know. I just liked it, and I love like family stuff.
Yeah.
I'm all for family.
Yeah.
So it's just like I just felt like I liked it. But you know what else I noticed, and I haven't even talked to you about this.
What?
And it might be a little deep.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
I know.
What?
But how your dad is such a prevalent conversation.
Oh, like in my family,
in your life, and in her family, and because we went to go see her sister.
But not with my mom though.
No, I know. Yeah. I love her whole, like her sister. Her sister, honestly, she does not realize this, but she's low key. They act similar, like, and you do with your mom too. But you and your sister look alike.
Yeah.
But yeah, and her sister has the same dad. And I just didn't realize, I guess your mom doesn't speak about it as often, but I guess it was that time frame.
Yeah.
But it just sucks to me. It kind of made me a little sad because it's like, it's such a prevalent conversation in your life of your dad. And then on social media of this not being your dad, when it's like, within my close circle and my family, this is all I hear about. And I still don't even like this man for real.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was just, to me, it was sad. It was just like,
I think that also, like, with my dad, I don't personally, I choose to not have a relationship with him, but my sister does have a relationship with him. And, like when we were at her baby shower, like the conversation of my dad came up, and I feel like they more talk about him more because I feel like he's more in their life.
Yeah, more in their life, yeah.
I don't know what it is, and I don't want to say the wrong thing because I do love my sister and I love her family as well. I don't know. I just don't want him in my life. And honestly, my mom doesn't want him in her life. And like, I don't really see how people can look past certain things. Yeah. But I mean, hey, to each their own.
I mean, it just made me look at it in a different light. I guess it's not always the topic of discussion when you go to the Bay. But
I think when I'm with my sister, it does come up a lot.
Because that is your common denominator. Yeah. So I see it and I get it. And then her mom speaks about it as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is my dad. This is someone that I don't even have a relationship with, but this is someone that I have to talk about constantly.
Yes.
Which made me sad for you. Because even
yeah.
on the internet, you have to speak about this person. Even I spoke to your grandmother.
Right.
And it's just like, damn.
Yeah. He's still a topic in my life, I guess,
Yeah.
but like not somebody I even want to have a relationship with, really. And all my family be like, oh yeah, when are you gonna go to England to visit your dad? I'm like, I'm not. Like,
I
what?
personally think she should, because at the end of the day, that you're harboring feelings, even if you may not feel, if you feel like you're fine, you never know what can come from just meeting up with someone or just.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know, just who he is, like his character. I just think he's like a lion ass. Like, honestly, like I really do think that's what he is. Like, now that I'm a grown ass woman and I see how men are, and like I see there are types of men. There are good men and there are shitty men and there are lying men. Like, you know, and I just feel like my dad falls into the category of somebody who's just not shit. And like he grew up not being shit. And like even my mom telling you a story of like, oh yeah, he shot your sister's dad and put him in a wheelchair. And like that's like the type of guy my dad is. And like my dad was in prison for 20 years for some foul shit, and it's just like you're just like, and people say I remind them of my dad all the time, like personality wise, but I'm like, okay, I'm sure he's great, like I'm great a little bit, but like I
mean, to me, I could say as much as I would say, but I don't understand having to go through that, so I would know. I don't know. To me, it kind of reminds me of like when adopted kids, they like go look for their dad and it just be like, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, but it's just like,
I mean, I'm sure it would be a little moment.
Yeah, I feel like it would be something. I feel like sometimes you hold in, not you, but like people hold in, maybe even you. But hold in certain things that like you never know that you need that release until it's, you know, the opportunity presents itself.
When I was younger, I used to imagine like my dad getting out of prison, and like that's another thing we haven't really talked about.
So he was
on
in
the
there for
pod.
20 years?
Yeah, so that's another thing we haven't talked about on the pod is like a lot of kids and a lot of people can relate to having a parent that was in prison. And I don't really talk about it that much, but like that's like a thing. Like I grew up with a single mom whose father was in prison, and not only was he in prison, he was deported from America. So it was like my dad is never allowed to come back to America. So it's not even like I was able to just go visit my dad in jail. It was like, no, like he's gone forever. Like
were your mom? I should have asked you. Look, me and your mom, when she was in the shower, me and her mom was talking.
My mom will talk your ear off.
I love her.
She will talk your ear off.
But I should have asked a question, but I'm like, that ain't my business, unless you want to talk about it.
Oh no, she'll tell you. She'll tell you.
But were they together when
he got went to prison? I don't actually know that timeline. I don't think so. No, they weren't, because my dad had another wife after I was like, I think I was like 3 or something. And I remember my mom.
Was she white?
Yeah, she was white.
He loved him.
He loved
white
him a
women.
good white woman. I don't know. I've never seen him be with a black woman, but actually no, I do know one black woman that he was with, but I've seen him with all pretty much white women. Interesting.
It was just interesting to see that whole just dynamic. And to just, it made me kind of sad, because it's just like, my dad was around, and just like he was, like even if he was, I mean, my life hasn't been perfect at all in the slightest, but I just wouldn't know what it's like to not have him there, you know?
Yeah.
And it makes me sad to be like, this is such a it's a prevalent conversation.
Yeah.
It's just you don't even know him like that.
Yeah, no.
So it's like someone always it's like an elephant in the room, kind of, you know. And that's just what I seen as a bystander.
I mean, maybe.
And it's like, it made me feel like y'all even more for talking about her race, or like going. It made me like, it's just like, bro. Girl got to deal with her black dad all the time. She don't need y'all saying that he ain't here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt. I was just like, ugh.
That's funny.
But that was just, I think it was that because it was your sister.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be like, okay, maybe if I just meet you as like a person that I know, like, I don't know. But I just feel like I'm going to be like, bruh, like, I'm the type of person to call somebody on their shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? And he even knows that. Because he'll just lie and say these dumbass lies. And I'm like, you're lying. You're cap. You're full of shit. Like, you're not getting one over on me. But anyways, overall, we did have hella fun in the bed.
We did have a good time. We went to the gay parade in San Francisco. San Francisco is so pretty.
We did see some people at the gay parade. So if y'all seen us there,
look,
hey, y'all seen us acting
Y'all seen us acting up. I was having a blast.
She was having a blast. We were seeing naked people. And how I have said before, the first time I ever saw a penis was at a gay parade when I was 5 years old with my grandma. Now she sees what I mean by that.
Baby,
she sees what I mean by that. That was the first time I saw Winter.
And they had like 3
naked people.
Naked people. They had 2 of the men were white. And then they had
No,
one
a woman that was white and a man that was white.
I seen another man that was white too.
Oh,
And then
really?
they had one black man. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they had one black guy.
I was like, what you doing out here?
This ain't
what you do.
This is white people shit. No.
I'm just kidding.
No, but honestly, people in the Bay are just very free-spirited. And, I mean, we were chatting it up with them.
I really love that gay shit. You know
Yeah,
I do.
go check out our Patreon. You'll see them fully in the nude on our Patreon. We're chatting it up with them. They're real nice, real cool. But, yeah, that's just how people are in the Bay. All hippy-dippy. It's the hippy-dippy hood.
Yeah,
That's what I love about it. So we had a good ass time.
We had a blast.
Yeah. Then went to see my nieces, and they was
pop locking and dropping it,
battling on dances and stuff. They were crazy ass little girls. They're so funny. But
in other news,
there's a lot of current events going on. And wait, what? Jason Derulo sexual harassment? I didn't hear about that. What's that?
I wrote it down in our notes.
Jason Derulo.
You know he's had a hit since 2008.
What's the hit?
I don't know, but they say he be having hits. But the Jason Derulo sexual harassment is a recent thing, and there's a artist.
I can see it. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Really? I can't.
Kinda.
What really? Kind of really? Well,
I've never met him, but I could kind of. I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't know
shit.
either. I'm always on women's side, but
Same.
that could also be detrimental in a sense too, because sometimes people be lying. And this girl that I seen has a history of like.
Who was the girl?
I have to look into all this because they be wanting me to look into it.
Let me see. I don't believe that. Just kidding.
I'm crying. As a history of saying certain things.
I always believe women.
I mean, I support women's rights and wrongs.
Yeah.
But what I will say, what got me is what got my attention, because I was like, oh, I don't know what this is. But his apology video. I mean, not his apology video. His I want to debunk all of these claims. The way he was reading, girl, it was like literally off of a teleprompter, and it was like. And he face-tuned the video. I was like, what are we doing? Why do you
He definitely did that shit then. No, just kidding.
But he has a sexual harassment claim. It was basically saying that a singer, I think in the music industry, this lady in the music industry was saying that, kind of like what you said about your show for Zeus, that if they wanted to show, like basically like insinuating that sleep with me and then you'll get a hit record.
Oh, yeah.
And so she said that, but
that happens a lot of times in the music industry. Honestly, it really does.
Does that make it right?
No, absolutely not. It does not make it right. What? You think that's right?
The right dollar. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course not. That happens in a lot of industries when men with power.
They definitely abuse it.
Abuse their power.
That's
like
a big LA thing.
In the modeling industry, it's happened before. I remember, I'll never forget one time me and Clark were on set. We were shooting together. And the photographer was a male, and we were in like this position of like, this is years ago.
Some freaky position.
Yeah, in like a position of just like, you know, like our skin tones complement each other. You know, like my milky skin, her like chocolate
My
skin.
milk of magnesia skin.
My mom used to, that's why I always say milky. My mom always, that's why I get cream wardrobe creamy. Because I used to hate my skin color. And I'm like, I'm so white. I'm whiter than the rest of my sisters. And she'd be like, I love your creamy, milky skin.
Aww.
I know. So yeah, like I always say that. But we were posing a certain way, and he started like adjusting his pants.
Like his wiener got hard.
Like his wiener, his got on hard, so he was adjusting his pants. And I go to the restroom because I'm like about to do touch up or whatever they do, touch up on me. Clark says that he was like, so do y'all ever be fingering each other? Do y'all
what?
I was like, excuse me? And I was so mad Clark didn't tell me in that moment. She was like, when I came back, she was like, all right, we got to wrap this up and get out of here. I was like, what? What are you doing? So she said he asked more questions. I'm not even going to get to all the details of that. But when we walked away, when we left, she was like, he did this and that. Girl, why we seen him like a year later at Buffalo Wild Wings and he got up from his table and ran? Two women, like we were going to do something to him. He got up and ran. So Clark didn't tell me in detail everything that was said.
Right.
But it had to be some shit to where you get up and run. So
Predator.
I feel like with Jason Derulo, hopefully those accusations aren't true. But
they probably are. Let's be so for real. They probably are. All he wanted to do was have a little sex for a little hitty. Probably
and y'all
true.
be telling us to say all the details. Look him up yourself, all right?
He's dead ass strong for that. Period, plain blank. Speaking of nasty stuff and men being trifling, Sexy Red got her sex tape leaked, y'all. That was messed up. What?
She just like me for real.
Who, Sexy Red? Why? Because she just lay there and don't do shit? No, I'm just kidding.
The bonnet just like, here we are.
I'm crying. People were saying, they were saying.
What they were saying?
They were saying, so it's not really pink. Because they say my coochie pink, my
I'm
booty all
crying
brown.
about that because she
meant the inside part.
Meant the inside. She had an interview where she was saying, I meant in everybody
coochie is the same color on the inside. Okay?
She was actually being
she had a beautiful vagina, honestly. Hey, I wouldn't be that mad. At least, your coochie looked good. Like, I mean, hey, what else could you say? And the dick was small. So, hey, people was talking about him having to spit start the engine, but that's on him.
Yeah.
I know. And first of all, I don't even like women spit on my coochie. Don't spit on my damn coochie,
I don't like that either, especially if I don't know how your hygiene is.
You're going to give me a damn UTI. You're going to give me a freaking yeast infection.
It was so lame, though, that he posted that on her story. And I was thinking, I was surprised at her tweet when she was just
How did he get in her Instagram?
I have no idea. At all. She might have even left her phone around. It might be somebody that she was probably dealing with and he left his phone around her phone around him and just did something like that. But it's just like, don't mess with no men who'll do shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That is just so damn lame. But she probably still messed with them hood boogers because the last video that got leaked with her and that boy when she was asleep, he had that damn ink monitor on.
Wait, he leaked that too?
I don't know if it's the same boy or a different boy, but I'm just saying, if you're still dealing with these little hood boogers, girl, you got to get up out of there because look at what they're doing to you.
Because
they're exposing you.
People want to be stay exactly where they at, like to just not stay where they at, but
you're not gonna do. If you leak a girl's sex tape, you're not gonna do nothing but get her more attention.
Yeah,
that is not all you could do. Is hope if you get a sex tape leak, you better hope it's the best sex of your life.
That's why any nude I've ever sent has been fire. Yeah. Lingerie be on point.
Anything
perfect.
Extra freaky I've sent.
I don't even want to know about the stuff she be sending. She probably sucking dildo dicks on the wall, fucking backing it up on a knee penis. I don't know.
But speaking of, if a man spits on your coochie, you could probably get a yeast infection. I had a debate on Twitter today. It wasn't a debate. It was just a little thing because they posted some picture. Somebody posted a picture of a girl with an ice pack on her coochie, right? And it was a guy who posted the picture, and he was like, "If y'all so smart, tell me what this is then." And he wants everybody to say, "Oh yeah, she got that pussy beat up. Ha ha, yeah. Oh, he was putting it down." But I was like, "What? She got a yeast infection?" Because it was funny, and obviously I got the joke and what he wanted people to say. But I just thought it was funny, like, what, she got a yeast infection? So then people were like, "You don't put ice on your coochie for a yeast infection." And I'm like, a lot of girls ice their coochie when they have a yeast infection. Like, that's just like a normal thing. So then a whole conversation got brought up of UTIs and BV and yeast infections, and girls in the comments talking about
Dr. Winnie.
Yeah, people in the comments talking about that's so nasty and
putting ice in it.
Talking about getting yeast infections, getting UTIs, getting BV.
I can't stand when women be lying saying they ain't never had nothing happen to that little pussy.
Right. What, you got a robo pussy?
Exactly. You ain't never had a yeast infection? A yeast infection isn't even an STI.
But some people haven't had yeast infections or BV or UTIs. And
you're blessed.
You're blessed.
You are one of God's favorites.
You are blessed.
But don't shame women because they do have that. And you know what's crazy? Yeah. My yeast infections, this may be TMI, but when I get yeast infections, they are horrible.
Oh, yeah.
They are very... Bitch, I want to take my pussy off and throw it in the middle of the ocean because it burns, it's itching, it is scratchy. Like
it's burning, it's itching.
It is. And it burning, it's just scratching. And I have the type of vagina where I cannot only take one diflucan. That's for
when you have I'm allergic to diflucan.
And
I can't even take that.
So I have to take 3 diflucans in order to get rid of the simplest yeast infections for me. Yeah. When I'm telling you, I'm putting a bag of peas, a frozen steak, ice, goddamn corn on the cob that's frozen on there.
I don't get yeast infections that often, but and all of my friends know I get UTIs. I cannot even have sex without potentially getting a UTI. I have to do, all my friends are like, "How do you live like this?" Like, I feel so bad for you.
Every time she has sex, I'm about to talk about your pussy. We all know it though, because it's a crazy thing.
It's a crazy thing.
I would hate
it's
having
been going on since so when I first started having, I don't know if this is why, but when I first lost my virginity, I got a UTI and I didn't know what it was. So obviously I didn't tell my mom because I didn't tell my mom I was having sex. So it got hella bad to the point I literally had to go to the hospital because I didn't know what the hell it was. So I was just like, okay. Like,
so you were suffering in silence?
Yes, I was suffering in silence. Worst
UTI
thing ever.
is painful.
To the point it almost went to like be a kidney infection or whatever. I was young. I didn't know anything about it. Nobody talked. Remember how I've talked about I never talked to nobody about sex or a period or anything like that. So ever since then, like I have to be extremely on top of like, you have to shower immediately before sex, pee before sex. Then you got to shower after sex and pee after sex. And then for years I was having to take take a probiotic and an antibiotic after sex. And then I got a new doctor and they're like, we're not letting you do that anymore. So I'm like, you don't understand. I have to do that or I will get a UTI. So then I had to learn about all the like natural things to do. And like
Has it been working?
So for a long time, like all the things that I learned about were working. And a lot of girls have chronic UTIs, like have them all the time, back to back. And there's just so much research I've done. And to me, it's just crazy that it's like, we don't have more knowledge on this. But like I'd be taking D-mannose, cranberry pills, clove pills, like all the supplements. And for a long time, it was like helping, but then I had just got a UTI again. And I was like, yo, like I'm getting fed up. Like I don't know what to do. Like I try everything. And then also another bad thing about UTIs is like, now when you go on the internet and you're like, oh, I'm trying to learn more about this and how I can cure this and like have it quit happening forever. Everything is an ad now for these companies. Yeah. For these companies, you go on and the influencers are like, no, this cleared up my UTIs.
I'll never be trusted.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. They paid you for this. And that's messed up because it's people like me that really need to know. So I have to do hella deep ass research.
So have you found anything that really is, because she's not like, she is a UTI is
a bladder infection.
A bladder infection. Yeah. And the first time I'm thankfully, I don't know. I remember having one when I first started having sex, and I told my sister, and she was just like, "You have to pee after sex."
I wish that's all I could do. I wish
every single time, and but if you don't pee after sex, I'm waking up in the middle of the night if I forgot. I'm like, oh, I gotta get up. I'm not. A UTI
you cannot
is
forget.
Painful.
Sometimes I chug a bottle of water before I have sex so that I can pee out a lot after. But that's crazy.
So when you pee out a lot, that's when you don't get them. So you
get
them
even then sometimes.
That is
even
crazy.
Then.
So there's not been a cure since then.
We don't know what the hell it is. So also I went to a urologist when I was a teenager. They're like, oh, maybe you have a short urethra, which is like your pee line to your bladder. Boys barely get UTIs because their urethra is long. It's in their penis, whatever. But if you're a girl, obviously it's shorter. It's closer to your bladder, I guess. And like you can get UTIs. So they were like, maybe that. Then I went to another urologist this year. Y'all, why did this man, it was a man. He says, okay, I'm going to do a check on you. He sticks his finger in my coochie and says, nope, everything feels normal. I said, sir, it's nothing normal about it.
That's what they did with my hemorrhoids.
All right, we're getting too comfortable on this. I sent
her a picture the other day. She was like, I'm going to need you to keep some stuff to yourself.
She sent me a picture of bloody toilet paper and said, this is for my butthole.
But you know why it scared me so much? Because
it was a lot.
It was red blood for one, and I wasn't on the toilet doing a number two.
Okay. We telling too many details.
Okay, well, you told him that I had.
I know, but bloody booty hole.
I was just confused. And look, I sent it to my mom, and the first thing she responded back, anal ? No, never
Sometimes
a day in my life.
Forgetting that so many people are watching this, and I just told the world about my UTIs.
Yeah, but I know, and I'm telling.
But honestly, I'm sure it's hella people that want to hear about it. You know
that, and also it's like you gotta. Some people, there's people who probably have never had sex. Listen to this. You gotta when you have sex, you have to use the restroom, or you will get a painful bladder infection. Let's speak about BV.
Oh yeah, let's talk about BV too.
BV, that's the one that's a little funky.
Yes. That one is so I really get
she
UTIs.
Gets BVs.
No, I don't. I really don't be getting BV like that. But I did date somebody who kept giving me BV and then found out he was messing with hella other girls unprotected. Yeah. So that's how I was like, okay, whatever. But I don't really get BV and I don't really get yeast infections, but I get UTIs. So that's one thing. But BV is, oh God.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would rather get a yeast infection. No, because they be burned.
Honestly, I would rather
get a yeast infection than a UTI.
I would rather get BV than both.
Hell no, BV
because all you do is take pills for it. All you do is take pills for BV. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, true, but it's so
it's nasty though.
The moment anything is wrong with my vagina, I feel like I'm sick. Everything's wrong with me.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to be in public.
I don't know how girls be outside with fucking yeast infections.
Bro, I'm telling you, I remember the first time I took a 1-day yeast infection pill.
Oh yeah.
My pussy blew up like this. I couldn't even put on pants. It was like, boom. It was the size of a goddamn bowling ball. I'm not even lying to you. It was horrible.
No, because we really be telling them too much. Just like, whatever. Like, whatever, it's life, okay?
So y'all never had hemorrhoids before. So we're going to say that. We're going to really say that.
whatever. You ain't never had a UTI. I mean, oh my God, girls are so lucky.
I
remember I was in Miami.
Pussies.
I was in Miami. I was with my homegirls. It was one of my homegirls' birthday. They went and got in the ocean with their clothes on and came out. I said, you're not going to get a yeast infection from that? You're going to wear your wet clothes for hours and continue to wear them on your coochie? And she was like, yeah, no, I won't get a yeast infection. I'm like, you bionic coochie, bitch.
You got a strong coochie.
And I just wish that, because like even I feel like it affects my sex life too, because it's like, I don't even be wanting to have sex sometimes. I'm like, it's just
would
not
never
worth
want to
it.
have sex if I got UTIs like you. I would never want to have sex. But the misconception with those is that I can't stand when people are misinformed and think UTI, yeast infection, BV are sexually transmitted infections, and they're not. They're normal and they're common, and it's something that happens to women regularly. So I wouldn't be ashamed of it. I wouldn't feel any type of way about it. Just go to your nearest health professional and get that shit checked out.
And also, I want to add, I don't even only get UTIs from sex. I get it from like everything. Like if I'm not drinking enough water, if I like, it used to be when I was younger, if I drink a Coke, I like couldn't drink anything pretty much other than
I would never drink a Coke at all. I would never drink that. All I drink is water and alcohol.
You know, now I take like the proper supplements for the most part. So now it kind of is not as much. But when I was younger, oh my God, all my friends know, bitch. It's like a thing.
I would never want to have sex in my life. Sex would scare me because the UTIs are painful.
Yeah, so also that's another thing. Like if I'm messing with a man, you got to be worth it, because I mean, I done gave this coochie up a couple times and I'm like, that was not worth it. You know you have a sensitive coochie.
He's like, why did I do that? For that?
For that motherfucking be so for real. But the moral of the story is, those type of things are normal. It does not make you dirty. And honestly, women need to just start having that conversation more openly with your friends, your family, like whatever. Like it's something that happens, and it happens to damn near all of us. So why can't we talk about it? It's not bad. It's not a thing. Me and all my friends talk about it openly. Obviously. So,
you know, and now we're sharing it with y'all. So it's just something, a lot of problems could be resolved by just communicating.
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, because like even with me, it's like, I might be saying this right now and a girl might be under the comments like, oh my God, I have these bad UTIs too. And this worked for me for years. Try this out, you know? And that's how I got a lot of my knowledge, like having to go on like Reddit and like things where people are really going to talk about it in depth. It's like, you got to really communicate.
Got to communicate.
But any hoomst. In other news, Twitter man hates his girlfriend.
Let's read it.
The tweet.
Let's read the tweet.
Yeah.
Because y'all love to get on us for them, like,
I know, we don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, y'all. We be feeling like y'all got the same timeline as us.
Y'all be seeing the same stuff.
There was a man who tweeted on Twitter. He said,
let me get to it quicker. He said this. That phase where you slowly start hating your girlfriend is crazy. When you keep messing up on purpose so that she can break up with you and she keeps forgiving you. Yo. You'll be having a bad day, and when she hugs you, it becomes even worse. So there's, from that tweet, thousands of men chimed in and were giving their little input of how, like, when they start to hate their girlfriends, how the little things that they do annoy them. Yeah. And we're just like,
break up with me.
Please, all you have to do is let me know you do not care about me, you do not love me, you do not want to be with me. I can guarantee you I will dip.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
What?
There have been times, well, the reason why I say I will dip now is because I've dated someone who basically was that way, who was just like, I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't want to do this with you anymore. But I love them. I felt like I loved them so much and I wanted to make it work with him so much. Yeah. I kept wanting to like prove him wrong. Right. So I would I would try to be on my best behavior in a sense. I would try to like appease him and approve and like hopefully he approved of my new behavior, this and that. Right. And it just pushed him further away. Yeah. And he cheated on me. And that's why now I'm like, I would never want to deal with someone who says they don't want to be with me.
Well, that is the good old saying goes, don't let a man tell you twice that he doesn't want to be with you. And that is the realest thing ever. And even show you, because I know the saying goes, don't let a man tell you once that he doesn't want to be with you. But as you could see, men are pussy and they won't even tell you it once. They're just going to keep trying to show you things because obviously men have issues with their emotions and communication. They don't know how to properly communicate that. They're little girls, really.
They probably haven't even been taught to communicate effectively. And I feel like toxic masculinity was very prevalent, especially back then, because now men are feeling more comfortable to be able to express themselves a little bit better, but they didn't know how to do that back then. So they're still trying to figure it out. And it shows through their actions, and their actions are hurtful, and it causes us to break up with them.
Yeah. I mean, I just really feel like just all girls out there, like the biggest lesson that I've learned, and I've said this before in my 20s, is that, and also what you have said and what your friend Lindsay has said, like, how does a man make you feel? Does he make you happy? And like, I know that you think like, oh no, it's normal for us to always be fighting. It's normal for me to always be unhappy. It's normal for me to always be sad. It's not. Leave and get happier. And don't let nobody make you feel like, oh, they hate you. You're not supposed to be with somebody who you feel like hates you, because you can tell though. Can't you? Like, you can tell when you're dealing with a man who's like irritated at you.
When you're being tolerated. I don't ever want to feel like I'm tolerated in my relationship. I don't ever want to feel like, how am I doing for you?
Right.
I feel like relationships are a two-way street, and it's just, I don't ever want to feel like I'm below this on this pedestal. I want to be on a pedestal just right along with my man.
But I mean, just don't settle. And that whole thing, just like the guys on Twitter just constantly show that they are clowns.
Yeah.
All the time. And it's like, yeah, bruh, when you first started hating your girlfriend, like, why wouldn't you just be like, you know what, this isn't working out?
Yeah.
You know?
Because
Spare
they're
everybody
scared.
some time.
They're afraid. They don't know how to express themselves. They just doing what they feel like is the best option.
Yeah. What?
I seen this one where they were like, what, is she the nigga whisperer or something?
Who?
Like, the girl, she had said, she was like, I'm gonna read it to you.
What, she ain't never had nobody?
She said, I've learned for a man to start feeling irritated by any action that includes, she spelled it wrong, includes his girlfriend, that a man that has emotionally
Restart.
Okay.
These words.
She said, I've learned for a man to start feeling irritated by any action that includes his girlfriend, that a man that has emotionally tapped out. Most cases is due to the realization that the relationship is one-sided and he ain't benefiting from anything from it. In most cases, he found someone that brings him that which you lack to provide. Mind you, men are very simple beings that love simple things. Blah, 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 blah.
Pick me. Pick Misha. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, shut the hell up with your dumb ass. Men are simple. All you have to do is rub his back and cook his food and wipe his ass and talk to his mom 24 times a day so that he can know what his mommy is saying. Girl, shut the fuck up. I hate this.
But you know, and you may hate me for this, and y'all may hate me for this too.
You know she gonna say something Southern. Go ahead, Southern Belle.
You lying like a rug. I ain't never say nothing that's...
Lying like a rug.
No, but I am Southern. But I don't really feel, my problem with pygmishas is that I don't feel indifferent from them sometimes. I get what they're saying. Mm-hmm. My problem with them is bashing another woman to get their point across.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes what they say does have some substance. And like when you are in a relationship, sometimes there are certain things you should do, because I've had a problem listening before, or like even sometimes showing respect in a relationship.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes they be saying some shit that'll hit, but we not ready to listen to that conversation because the messenger that it is sometimes.
No, yeah, I do agree. I mean, no, I don't really agree with messages from pygmishas because I think that they always just bash other women. That's all they do.
When you bashing other women, like I'll say my opinion. You know, if I say my opinion, it's just like, but that's just me. You gonna do whatever you want to do, but this is what works for my relationship.
And also, everybody's man is different, so it's like even if you do all these things for somebody, that might not be what they need for them to just be content. You know, some people want mental connection. Some people don't want mates.
Some people want,
exactly. You know, like that's the biggest thing. It's like you can't really. I personally, I'm very nurturing. I love doing stuff for like my partner. Like I love making him feel like loved and taken care of and all of those things. But he likes that and we have a mental connection and that's like what I want to do. But I don't feel like I got to do that for every man though. Yeah. Like, you know, that's the thing. I feel like pygmishas feel like they got to be Miss Servant to every single man. Yeah. Oh, you ain't had a home cooked meal in how many days?
Yeah.
Girl, you don't have to do that with everybody.
I can cook a home cooked meal. I can make a home cooked meal every single day in my relationship, but I'm not about to chastise the next person for not doing that. Yeah. Every relationship is different. Every person is different. Right. I'm not about to go on the internet and being like, so I made a home cooked meal today. What did you do?
And it shouldn't be
that
like
is the
for everybody. It shouldn't be for everybody. Like y'all be y'all think that that's going to keep somebody, but y'all don't even connect mentally. And that's where you fail to realize, because it's like y'all too busy thinking that a relationship with somebody is based on the tasks that they do. that you do for them and not, how you actually match as a couple.
And who you are as a person.
And who you are as a person, because are you even fully fulfilled doing all these things?
Yeah, and my aunt said a long time ago, she was like, what you do, make sure whatever you do in the beginning of that relationship is what you're willing to do for the rest of that relationship.
Right.
Like, if you're going to be pretending to, like, cut their steak after every dinner.
Right. They're going to expect that.
They're going to expect that for the rest of the time. If you're just trying to show face and be like, oh, I'm this type of girl, but you don't hold up to that end of the bargain, then that's why you wonder why certain people, certain men are your significant others. Like, well, what happened to this when you was doing this? That wasn't really who you are. So I always try to go into relationships fully being me.
And that's why I don't do shit for my man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
She be talking so much shit online about that.
I'm so lovey to him.
She's such a lovey person. She be like, oh, I'm like,
I do a lot of stuff for him, but I actually haven't.
What you be doing?
I haven't cooked for him.
You
yet.
ain't never cooked for him?
I be, straightening up the house when he gone at work.
I feel like that's
I have not cooked for him yet though, but I mean, we be eating out. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I said to him, I'm like, do you want me to cook? Like, and he's just like, you want to go to a restaurant? I'm like, no, I could really cook for real. But I mean, I think I'm going to probably cook for him when I go out there for the first time, just so he know what he getting into.
He know what he getting into,
but I don't know.
She going to season it extra.
Yeah, season it up. But he does so much for me that it's like, he just does so many just kind gestures that I feel like I want to do things for him because he has shown me he's like a provider. He likes making me feel secure. He likes making me feel taken care of. I don't even have to I don't have to second think anything.
Yeah.
Like, so to me, it's just like, I want to do those things for him because he's shown me first, like, this is what I'm doing. And like, this is I'm for real,
I feel like in relationships, it should be a competition on who can love each other better instead of the opposite way. I'm like, I want to be able to please you. I want to do this for you. And it's just, that's the only way I feel like a relationship can kind of thrive is when we're in competition to be better.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. I mean, honestly, in my little situation, I'm just so happy.
You are. I love that for you. I really am happy for you. And I hope that
I hope it works out. And
I hope that he is to stay who he,
Let's just hope he stays who he is.
Yeah. And that sounded negative coming out of my mouth, but I meant it in my head of just like,
yeah, well, let's hope he stays the same because honestly, that's all I can really hope.
Yeah.
I just hope he stays the same and, gets better. Shoot, it's always room for improvement. Not much places, but,
Yeah. Girl, she said, I was like, what does he do that annoys you? She was like, he whistles. I'm like, you just looking for anything.
Oh my God, I don't know if he's going to watch this.
He's not going to watch it. He'll be fine.
No, sometimes he just whistles. That's it, though. That's it. And then she said, that's it. And I said, honestly, yeah. Sometimes he'd just be like, this will be sitting there. He'd be like,
my man will randomly put me in a headlock.
What are you doing?
My man will randomly put me in a headlock. I'd be like this. Tap me out. Tap out, boss.
No, he don't do nothing like that, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't like physical stuff. I don't even like fighting with men.
Dribbling all around the house, wrestling. I'm KO'd. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
He does some boyish stuff that it's like, okay, you really are a boy. But nah, it's so dumb. It really doesn't irritate me. I'm just like, why are you whistling? Stop.
Don't find nothing. Don't look for things that aren't there yet. Because believe me, something will come.
Oh, trust me. You know, I'd be looking for things. So I haven't found nothing.
I just say just enjoy it while you can, right? Like, enjoy it for what it is right now. Every single day is going to be like,
Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm going to go see his first game in a couple days. Well, not his first game, the first game that I'm going to.
Are you going with somebody?
Yeah, I'm going with my friend. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm going to see him play his little sport that he plays. So.
Right, yeah. What is it? Touching down the hockey stick?
Something
we don't
like
know.
that. Foosball?
Ladies, don't pay attention to that.
I don't know. Something that gets the bills paid. No, I'm just kidding. But anywho, are we doing advice?
Yeah, we're doing advice.
Yeah, let's
get into it.
My old lopsided ass bun. Hi, Winter and Shy. First, I love your podcast. I have a question for your advice segment, but please keep me anonymous. I was with this guy for 11 years and have kids. He was paying girls on Snapchat for nudes and giving them money, buying them things off Amazon. I left him, but some people say that isn't cheating. Do you consider that cheating? I personally did and left him, but it got me thinking that because people who knew say it wasn't, and I was dumb for leaving and that I was overreacting. What do you think?
Who said you were dumb?
Well, they were together for 11 years.
11 years?
Yeah, and they have kids together.
I'm even more upset because why are you spending money? You're taking money out of our kids' mouth.
Yeah.
No, I would be upset. That's cheating. That's cheating to me.
I wouldn't consider it cheating. I would consider it trifling. But also, I don't consider a lot of things cheating, honestly. Like, I feel like
Everything be cheating to me.
I feel like sometimes people be like, if he likes a picture, that's cheating.
It's cheating.
I don't really think that's cheating.
I think there are gateways. Like, people say gateway drugs. I feel like they're gateway cheating. I feel like there are certain things that you do that are just disrespectful to a relationship. And it's just like, it depends. It also depends. I can understand both sides of it. Like, how much money does he have? Does he have the funds to be doing all of that? If y'all don't have those funds and you spending money on somebody else.
If y'all broke,
no.
and he's spending money, no. Absolutely
you got me confused. And
but
maybe
11
not.
years. I mean, honestly, if you leave after 11 years from that, there was something in you
There
that
was
already
something
wanted
else.
to leave.
Yeah.
There was something in you that already wanted to leave, because if you were completely fully in love and you're like putting up with that, you'd figure it out. But if you're like, I'm kind of.
And did she say married?
She just said was together for 11
Was together for, if y'all were married and been there for 11 years, been together for 11 years, I mean, you
Wait,
never
let me
know.
make sure. Let me make sure.
Because marriage is different. Sometimes
No,
you
just
gotta,
with this guy for 11 years. And also, if you're not married by 11 years, what are you doing?
What do you think is the time frame?
Wait, also,
to be married?
I was
What?
going to say that it's very interesting because, you know, Damian Lillard and his wife, Kayla, are getting a divorce. And they have only been married for 2 years, but they were together for years. And then I saw somebody comment on it and said, oh, there's a statistic that says if you wait hella long to get married to your partner, it's a higher chance of divorce. And I'm like, that's very interesting. And that's I would see kind of why that's true. I would want to get married like 3 years into the relationship. I want to be like fresh in love, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be 10 years down the line, well, let's get married.
Well, let's see what, like, at that point, I'm not even excited.
Yeah.
Like, I still feel the same way. I feel like the older I am, the more it's like, all right, you got, like, if my relationship were to end right now and I meet somebody else, you got a year tops.
I've already told my boo about marriage. I'm like,
crying.
listen, this is what it is.
Yeah, like, but when you have that time, when you are at that age where it's like 22, you have some time to be like 4 years deep, but I'm not about to be wasting my time. Like, we dating with intention. So it's like, you either know or you don't. So don't waste my time. Leave me alone for somebody who really knows what they want.
Period. And that's on that. But that was our opinion. That was our advice. Our advice was that she asked, was that cheating? She said, yeah. I said no, but also I feel like if you left, then you was already out the door. And honestly, get you a little fun situation. If he's doing that, go have you some fun.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to get back together, I mean, hey, I wouldn't be mad at you getting back together after that type of thing, but
yeah,
for the kids.
For the kids. I mean, so what do they be talking shit about advice? So what is the things you say?
The
you
advice, that was my advice.
Okay. And mine
is stay gone because he's a cheater.
He gonna cheat. You spend money, that's cheating to me.
Period.
That's more disrespectful to me.
Oh, I don't like that money stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I was thinking about too? How would you feel if your man was buying, like, purchasing porn or OnlyFans?
Oh,
like,
I don't care.
You don't care about purchasing porn?
No.
Do you care about...
First of all, my boo don't even watch porn. I watch porn.
Any man, not just your boo, just any man.
I don't really care the way I would be watching porn. Honestly, I don't care.
See, I guess because I don't really watch porn, you purchasing it is just a little
No,
extra
I don't want you to purchase it. That's a little excessive.
What about subscribing?
There's just so much free porn. Why do you need to buy it?
What about subscribing to OnlyFans girls?
No, you could stay on, you know, the little free sites. That's a little
So what about
excessive.
OnlyFans? Like, and like there's certain girls
No, because you got to pay for pictures and videos on OnlyFans.
And you talking on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
so
and
would
you
you
gotta
allow
talk-
your man to be on OnlyFans?
Like he has his wiener out?
No, like he's subscribing to...
No. He can't be on OnlyFans, but he can watch porn if he wants.
Okay.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, I can't control nobody's porn either, so I don't care about that for real either.
No, he can't be on no damn OnlyFans.
But
What are you doing?
OnlyFans to me is a hell no.
Yeah.
And when I had this discussion with somebody, they were like, but you'll let your man go to the strip club.
Yeah.
I'm like, the strip club isn't as intimate to me.
Right.
But OnlyFans is intimate. Those are, and like, I know some men who like have service calls. Like that is so weird to me.
Yeah.
You know?
I
wouldn't allow none of that shit. I don't play none of that. It's strict.
As we know, we do know. She done went viral for it, and no comments and no likes and no. Like, God damn, it's strict as hell over there.
It is. You better walk in a straight line when I'm behind you.
Yeah, period. But yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Likes. We love you. See you next week.
Bye.